So when you're entertaining, the key, I think, to a successful night out, a date night, if you want to have a nice night, the key is to pick a menu that has 80% of the work done before your guest shows up. Do as much as you can, maybe the night before or in the morning, so that when your date arrives, you can relax and not spend too much time in the kitchen, not have too much cleanup, not have too much going on here. That's the theme of today's video, is we are gonna do basically like a date night meal. When I was younger, when I was like, you know, inviting my wife over to the house, you know, what kind of meals I would prepare so that I could focus all my attention on her. And the first thing we're gonna do is dessert. Why? Because you can do dessert the day before, especially when you're doing tiramisu. We're gonna start with that because technically you can make that dessert, put it in your fridge the night before, wash all your dishes, and then you don't have to worry about dessert the next day. Off we go. I have espresso coffee. I like a touch of coffee liqueur, Kahlua. I like a little touch of Sambuca, okay? Now, separate the egg whites and the egg yolks. I'm using 5 eggs. I have my little hand mixer here. I'm gonna start off by whipping up my egg whites till they're nice and peakish. At this point, I'm just gonna add 25 grams of sugar. Okay. Okay. See that? So that's step 1. Italian mascarpone. Another 60 grams of sugar into the egg yolks. Start whipping right away. When that egg yolk lightens up, it thickens up a bit, you're good to go. Okay, now get our mascarpone in. The whole thing. Now I'm just gonna whip the mascarpone into the egg yolk. We mixed the whipped egg whites into the egg yolks and mascarpone mixture. I'm just gonna give it a quick little whip. So, if I look a little frustrated, well, I'll show you guys. As we're filming the tiramisu recipe, for one reason or another, my cream for the tiramisu came out disaster. I probably make about 70 tiramisus a month. I make them 17 at a time. I got my restaurant recipe. I can make my eyes closed, with my eyes closed. I tried to make a smaller recipe and it backfired on me. I thought, you know, we could just start the video over and pivot, but the fact of the matter is that, one, I have no more mascarpone here today, and it's too early to go anywhere and get some. And you know what? This is reality. This is life. You know, like my recipe didn't turn out, so we're gonna pivot, and we're gonna show you another great dessert, and we're gonna try to make a recipe that makes 3 or 4 creme brulees here. Okay? Pivot from tiramisu to creme brulee, but it's still a dessert that can be prepared the night before. So we're gonna be going with 6 egg yolks, 75 grams of sugar, and about a half a liter of cream. I'm just separating yolks and whites. That was sugar, yeah. We're gonna whip that up. I like to heat my cream before I load my my ramekins. We're gonna go about 2 cups of cream on this one. 1 and we're gonna make vanilla brulee, so that's about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Get that on the stove, and then we'll keep whipping up the yolks. Color's gotten a lot lighter. It's doubled in volume. That's good to go. This is warm enough. Okay, let's not screw this one up, right? Put a damp rag underneath your mixing bowl. I'm putting a hot mixture into an egg mixture, so I'm gonna add just a bit at a time until I temper the eggs. Once I've tempered the eggs, off we go.
What's your backup plan if you mess this one up?
Thanks, bro. Thanks for the faith. So, little trick. I do it before and after, but you use a torch to get rid of most of the air bubbles. Should be good for about 4 brulees. This is gonna go into a 225-degree oven for about 70 minutes. And then before I put them in the oven, just to get rid of, again, the air bubbles, I want my top smooth. So this is just a butane can with a torch on top. You can find them at grocery stores, food supply stores, Amazon, this and that. They're good to have at home. We got the creme brulees, replacing the tiramisus, cooking in the oven. Get to know your local butchers, your local bakers, your local fishmongers. I'm gonna show you a couple ways to how they make your life easier, you know? So I got this great place. They make fantastic sourdough baguettes. And then I went to my fishmonger who's got like some amazing smoked salmon, sliced it super thin for me, sliced it by hand. So we're gonna do a nice little smoked salmon appetizer. We need some crostinis. We're gonna need something to eat that smoked salmon with. And now I wanna slice it fairly thin. Let's get them on a pan. I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil right on top of these. Season with a bit of salt and pepper. Sprinkling of oregano. I'm just gonna throw these in the oven. You know, maybe 5-10 minutes. We'll see We'll see how long it takes. So the other day we released a video, Day in the Life of Steve, and people got to see a bit of my daily routine. And in a lot of the comments, I got a lot of like, oh my God, how do you handle the stress? How do you handle all that? It's one of those things that really, needs to be addressed sometimes, especially in this industry, is that for the employee, but also for the business owners, the stress level can really, really mount. And we also don't have places where we can go vent and we can go talk, because technically the buck stops with us. I have a great wife and I can talk to her about anything, but I don't often like to bring my stress home. Sitting in my car and just relaxing for an hour before I went home just to bring myself back down. Sometimes you need a bit more than that, and I think it's a great opportunity for us to introduce our first paid partnership with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is on a mission to make starting therapy easier. They'll connect you with a credentialed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Easily switch therapists at any time at no extra cost if the fit's not right. If you think you can benefit from therapy, click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Steve@Vivaldi and take advantage of 10% off your first month of therapy. Now let's get back to cooking. Another one of my go-to plates, simple tomato and mozzarella. I like to slice the tomatoes really thin. And look how easy this is gonna be. And it's gonna be so beautiful, but it's just so easy. That's done. Fleur de sel. And we're gonna hit that. It's a finishing salt, really tasty. It's a nice cracked pepper. Mozzarella, nice thin slices. I'm gonna hit the bottom with a bit of oil now. I like messy. Gonna hit it with a bit more oil. Get some basil leaves. Tear up some basil leaves, and don't be shy with the basil. One more dab of salt, last sprinkle of oil, and there you have probably 2 minutes in real time to make a beautiful tomato caprese, tomato bocconcini salad. And we should go check those crostinis. We're getting there, we'll just give them a turn, another minute or two, and we'll get this out of the oven. What I have here is a Greek loukaniko. Very often these are done on the grill, but I'm cooking this as if maybe you don't have a grill at home, you live in a condo, it's -40 outside, you want to go outside. This can easily be cooked in the oven, even in the toaster oven. We do this in the toaster oven at the house. This is going to take at least 10 to 15 minutes in the oven, 450 degrees. Sausage in, crostini's out. I went to Casablanca in Chamonix-Laval yesterday. He hooked me up with some beautiful smoked salmon. I got a little bit of red onion here, very thin slices on these, almost shave it. It's as simple as laying out beautiful smoked salmon. Gotta wash my hands, sorry. Yeah. You put a bit of onion, put a bit of caper, pepper on everything, a couple pieces of lemon, olive oil. You can put these on the side, put these however you want. A super no-cook appetizer you can make, minus the crostinis. But again, crostinis you can make the night before. Smoked salmon I bought yesterday, appetizer number 2. Gonna get the creme brulees out of the oven. These are ready. Only a slight jiggle in the middle. Let these rest right here. Let them cool off. Now, while we're here, our last appetizer, we got our Greek sausage. We'll get that sliced up. Some nice slices. You want to make it like finger food. It's got hints of orange zest and cumin. Just take your time. You can lay out your sausage. Everybody likes sausage, Some olive oil, a light sprinkling of oregano, a little lemon on the side, and you have appetizer number 3. I tell you, it's important to get good relationships with your suppliers, with your local stores, this and that. We got the smoked salmon from Casablanca and Chamonix-Laval, but he also got me this beautiful 2-pound, we call it a Lavraki. It's a Mediterranean bass. And what he did for me, and this is the best part, you ready? He butterflied it for me, all right? We got the fish on a piece of parchment with salt and pepper and lemon pepper, okay? We're gonna hit it with some olive oil. You could put this in a fish net. You can grill it. You can actually open face, put it on the grill if you're confident enough to turn that fish. What I'm trying to do is make your life easy. You got a beautiful fresh piece of fish. Look at the gills in there. Look at the clear eyes. I mean, beautiful, okay? Salt, pepper, in the oven. We're gonna go 500 degrees. This thing is gonna cook in 5 or 6 minutes. We got our fish in the oven. I want a couple vegetables go with the fish. You could also do some rice. I'm not gonna do rice today. I think most people know how to make rice. Maybe one day we'll do a rice video for those who don't. Start preheating some pans. Taiwanese bok choy. It kind of looks like a Napa cabbage, but it's a great sauteing vegetable, and I'm literally just gonna slice it like a cabbage. All right, rough chop like this. And over here we have some oyster mushrooms, some butter in a pan for the oyster mushrooms. I'm gonna do some olive oil For the cabbage, I'm gonna add a smidge of garlic. I separated them and left them kind of whole. Salt and pepper. Start tossing. Over here as well. A little garlic in here. Calabrian chili. I want some heat in my cabbage. Season as well. We need a bit more oil here. Let's plate up our mushrooms. Plate up our cabbage.
Cabbage?
I keep saying cabbage. Taiwanese bok choy. Fish is ready. There we go. We're not gonna eat that any more oil. We wanna get this fish on this plate. This fish is bigger than this plate. And guys, keep in mind, I wasn't aiming for crispy skin here. Okay, I was aiming for simplicity. If you like the skin crispy, you can always get it on the grill, get it in the net. Probably just pull off the head while that came right off. Do the same thing with the tail. I'll just cut through it. I'll split the fish like this. Fillet, 2 fillets. I don't need the head or the tail, but if you want it for the aesthetic, shorten it up like this. Capers right on top as well. Hit 1 piece on each side, but you know what? Squeeze a lemon right on the top. And we have a beautiful Lavraki. Last step for now, we gotta put the glass on the creme brulees. This is brulee sugar, a mix of brown sugar and white sugar. We dry it overnight, put it in the food processor to get any clumps out, then we sift it. And you gotta try to torch this evenly. I don't do this very often, guys, so hopefully I don't burn it. So there you have it, dinner for 2. You can start off with your smoked salmon, appetizer, tomato bocconcini on the salad when your guests arrive. Then you hit them with a little sausage right after that for the fish, with a side of Taiwanese bok choy, sauteed oyster mushrooms, and then you finish them off with a couple creme brulees. Didn't spend a lot of time in the kitchen, can be done the day before. Straight oven, no cook, quick saute. Dinner for 2, lots of time to enjoy, having a glass of wine with your date and enjoying your night. And I hope this helps the way you think about putting a small dinner party together, a small date night together.